Start with a template like this. An old fashioned would have been like this, and then someone added a little smidge of Fernet, just a tiny smidge of Fernet, and then it's like, bam, new cocktail. That's Toronto cocktail. Again, pretty much it's an old fashioned with a splash of Fernet. It's a pretty classic cocktail. Usually Toronto, you're going to use a Canadian rye, which I don't have on hand. However, we're using Cask and Crew, which is 51% 3-year Canadian rye blended with 49% Canadian or American corn whiskey. So it's got a little bit going on. It's got not super spicy like a traditional rye would be. It's pretty mellow, pretty smooth, pretty tasty. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of Cask and Crew. This is actually a really nice whiskey just to drink on its own. Pretty affordable. I think it's around $22, maybe, not sure. Okay. Next, Fernet-Branca. This is where the real bittering component comes through. It's gonna add some more complexity to this drink. This is tasty stuff. So first you're gonna do, just to get your appetite going, it's good aperitif. Just go ahead and taste a little bit of it. Give it a shot. Ooh, it's so minty. It's so strange. If you've never had it before, you would be like, oh, what is this? But it will grow on you. I used to not like Fernet. And then over time, I drink it all the time. It's actually very good. Very good for you. Good for your stomach. If you have an upset stomach, a little splash of Fernet go a long way. So 2 ounces of our whiskey, 1/4 ounce of Fernet-Branca. Next, we're gonna do, if you're making this at home, you can just do 1/4 ounce of 1-to-1 simple syrup. So equal parts sugar and water. I'm using a 2-part sugar, 1-part water. So I'm only gonna do half as much, which is about an eighth, it's about an eighth of an ounce. A little overflowing bar spoon, not super crazy, not quite a 1/4 of an ounce. Not bad. All right, now here's the kicker. This is already bitter. This has already got a lot of bitterness to it, Fernet, but we're gonna add a couple dashes of Angostura to kind of round out some of those other flavors. Angostura is like salt and pepper, if you will, of cocktails. It kind of builds the drink, kind of ties everything together. It works really nice for cocktails. Use it in pretty much anything. You can also add a couple dashes of Angostura Bitters to soda water. Boom. It's a tasty little afternoon snack, if you know what I'm saying. All right, and that's it. That's all there is to it. 2 ounces, 1/4 ounce. We did a bar spoon of a rich simple syrup, a couple dashes of bitters. We're gonna stir this up with some ice. I'm gonna put it in a coupe. And that's it. Pretty easy cocktail. Pretty easy cocktail if you're an old-fashioned drinker. You know, if you're an old-fashioned drinker, this is just like a nice little change up, little change of pace. You can also serve this. You can serve this cocktail on the rocks. I've had it on the rocks before. Tastes great. Nice big ice cube, works really well. We're gonna serve this up, so we'll make sure we get full dilution on the cocktail. That's just something you have to play with. Some things you can do is you can do, like, as you're stirring, you could sip it. Some people put it on the back of their hand. The more cocktails you make, the more you'll know when you hit those. You'll hit your dilutions just right. Usually you can hear it. You can hear the ice. It starts getting real soft. That's when it's starting to get that perfect dilution there. I think we're right there. All right. We're gonna strain this baby off into our coupe. I had this baby in the freezer for several hours, so it's gonna be perfect. Look at that, beaut. All right, now Toronto usually is gonna call for a little orange disc. It's just a little sliver, like the size of a 1/4 orange. You'll express that. Another thing you can do is you take a match, light the match up, heat this up really nice. And then you express those oils on there as well, those like burnt oils. I don't have any matches today. I have no idea where all my matches are gone, so no matches. I don't recommend using a lighter. You get a little lighter fluid in your drink, it's pretty gross. And that's it. That right there is a Toronto easy drinking, old-fashioned style cocktail. Let's give it a little taste here. Money. This is just a classic stirred cocktail, spirit forward. It's got a lot of flavor going on from Fernet-Branca. Very tasty cocktail. You have matches. We missed the matches, Varsity. We missed the matches.